slashers and psychopaths, scaredy cats and scaredy dogs. I'm your horror host with the motherfucking most, the headless Glen, and welcome to the Scaling Cemetery, where we dig up the stats of horrific individuals and bury the misconceptions. In this video, we'll be starting our dive into the series Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, starting off chronologically and covering the first antagonist of the first episode, the sketchbook. Now, in this series, I will be only covering the characters dubbed as the teachers, as I find their abilities they have generally more interesting than anything you can think of for the three guys. As all the teachers lack physical stats, I'll be mainly covering their abilities and how potent they are. For starters, I personally believe all of the sketchbook's abilities stem from the same core ability, that being the ability to warp reality. Most of the abilities can be easily explained by looking at it through this lens. For starters, it seemingly brings an orange to life, giving it legs and human features. This is a bit of a prelude to the last ability shown in the episode, that being what I call Getting Creative. Getting Creative is a powerful ability, as it seems to surpass the show's fictional existence, showing the directing crew, and warping the very fabric of the characters, turning Yellow Guy and Duck Guy into seemingly human-sized abominations of their former selves, manipulating their minds along with Red Guy, seemingly driving them insane. Think of Getting Creative almost as a state of reality the book can activate rather than just a simple ability. Also, it seems the sketchbook can turn off Getting Creative instantaneously, as it does so at the end of the episode. Other abilities the book has includes the ability to summon some type of black liquid from seemingly nowhere. It also seems to use its reality warping to warp the weather, changing how the clouds look multiple times and eventually creating storms with rain and lightning. The final ability the sketchbook may have is the ability to teleport, as it moves around the room instantaneously through unknown means, though this could just be how the show is edited. The power the sketchbook is packing is a bit dubious, but I have two levels I feel are equally accurate. First off is the finite scaling for the book's power that doesn't scale to the book's physical stats, which we get from looking at its manipulation of the clouds. Manipulating clouds may seem simple at first, but clouds are insanely heavy, about 1,400,000,000 pounds heavy, and that is just for one cloud. During the time when Getting Creative is activated, a large storm forms outside, seemingly through the sketchbook's power. It has been estimated a few times that massive cloud formations similar to this range from small city to normal city levels in tier, and it can be argued even higher given the quick time frame of the storm forming being less than a minute, which is the time frame used for the calculation. The second way to look at this feat is actually by going on a non-finite scale, aka infinite scaling, as the way the sketchbook affects the show isn't replicated by any of the teachers, as it literally rearranges reality, reaching out to the realm of the filmmaker. The range should surpass the time-space of the verse, as in the second episode, Tony the Talking Clock goes throughout the timeline and manipulates time, but never has any effects similar to this. That would put the potency of Getting Creative at a 4th to 5th dimensional scale, as it possibly surpasses the show's universe to a degree. The 4D to 5D scaling, depending on whether one considers time the 4th dimension. As for speed, the speed of these abilities are a bit dubious, but you can possibly argue the lightning done by the storm created by the sketchbook should scale to some form of attack speed, even if it is just for some random lightning itself. Lightning travels around 270,000 miles per hour, or what can be considered massively hypersonic. Whether this scales to anything other than the lightning is dubious, but can be argued. Like most of the teachers in the web series, the sketchbook lacks physical feats, so it could easily be argued that if a character can blitz its perception and has the strength above the durability of a seemingly normal book, that they should have no problem killing this demented teacher. This will be a common issue with the characters I will bring up in this series. The sketchbook is a wildly hacked individual, with arguably great attack potency, only held back by the book's lack of physical stats. If it can get its power off quick enough, it should be able to one-shot/hack stomp Eyeless Jack, as most characters do. Though, a character like Remy, with his higher speed scaling and his physical attack potency advantage, should have a chance in this fight. I may do a Remy vs. Sketchbook video just so I can cover Remy's abilities and how they would match up against the book. Other than that, join me next time where we will be looking at the character of Tony the Talking Clock and his pretty potent hacks. Stay frosty, you fucks.